Hey guys, Gripper here. We are going to continue our 1 to 60 kill run. In the last video I did have some microphone issues, but I think that's all settled. So we will go ahead and continue the Ungoro grind. I don't think I'm going to go to 60 in this video because it would probably run about 3 hours. So we'll probably stop at like 55 or 56. But yeah, let's get going. Like I said before in the last video, there won't be too much commentary on Ungoro. We'll kind of just do the grind.
I need to get closer.
here we'll do Pawn Captures Queen. This can be a little difficult to solo, especially if you have Silithid Pox, but just try your best. You can kind of cheese it by killing these first two that come out and then just kind of standing over here. They'll spawn. You can kind of just let them collect and then just pull them out one by one. Just make sure that this hallway is cleared so you could, drag them out a little bit and then just kill the queen. As you can see, you do have kind of a long time in between the hive guards. Again, so we're just waiting for that queen to come out. Make sure you get all your trappers over here.
I need to get closer. I need to get closer.
Time is money, friend.
Here we'll get the hotspot and then go back, and then we'll do the Ringo escort. Up at the top is where we're gonna get the hottest spot.
What's up?
Make sure you accept the next part to Denova. escort. Just gonna auto-complete for the sake of time. But basically, you know, you're just gonna escort him and sprinkle the water on him when he faints. It's easy enough. He kind of just runs with you. And yeah, that's the main loop. We've got another quest to do, but we'll go ahead and turn all these in.
Yo! Keep it real! How are you?
Make sure you pick the next quest to go to Ratchet, easy XP. Go ahead and re-pick up the secret to everybody.
Well, spit it out. Glad I could help. Legend.
You need something? See you around.
What can I do for you? Have a good one.
Time is money, friend! Hurry back!
Hi, you're a tall one. Be seeing you. Very good. You have a great day now. Off and away. Be seeing you.
Alright, and that'll about do that. We'll just go kill the named gorilla, turn it in, and then we will hearth to Gadgetzan. Oh, you know what? We did not finish Ungoro Ash. You won't make that mistake because, you know, you'll actually be focused in doing the kills. I just kind of forgot to loot some of them, so we'll just go back and do that real quick. That's why a good thing to always check your quest log. You know, make sure you have done all the quests done that you want to be done at that point in time. Okay, now we'll go kill the gorilla. And then hurt the Gadgetzan.
Yo! Keep it real!
Make sure you get calm before the storm.
Have a good one!
It is worth a decent chunk of experience, so you're definitely going to want to do that. Next, we are going to fly to Thunderbluff. Here we are just going to turn in the soil and accept call to arms, the Plaguelands. I always like to get it from this guy because he just pats in a circle. On the other cities, he pats all over the place. skip the next parts. It's Morrograin. If you want to do the cooldown, feel free, but the quest itself is not worth any XP really at this level. And next we are going to fly to Ratchet. Here we've got a couple quests to turn in.
What's up? Firing back. Be careful out there.
I did not mean to accept that. We definitely don't want to do Zapper Fuel. And next we're going to take the boat to Booty Bay and then fly to Kargath. So I'm going to go ahead and teleport to Kargath. Okay, here we are going to accept Dreadmaw Rock and Rise of the Machines.
What now?
Then we are going to trek it all the way over to the Burning Steps. It's best just to cut through Syrian Gorge and go through Blackrock Mountain. May seem kind of a waste of time, long travel time, but you do need to get these flight paths at some point anyways, and it's a nice easy 5 to 6 quest that we're going to do, and it only takes about a half hour to do the entire zone. Accept Broodling Essence and the Tablet of 7.
What's up? Keep it real.
And we'll just get the flight path and make sure we just do all of our quests. So for the Broodlings, you should know, but you'll just use this device on them and then loot the essence that comes out of this. For the sake of time, I am just going to kill 8 Broodlings and just auto accept this one. Okay, for Dreadmaw Rock, we are just gonna take this path, kill the ogres on the way, all the way to the top. And talk to the skeleton.
You wish to speak?
Okay, Cromgrel. So on Classic, he can spawn in any of these caves. So if you are able to track, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, this is just going to be a nice little grind trying to find him. I do happen to know what cave he is in on private servers, so I'm going to go ahead and just kill him for the sake of time. But yeah, you will just kind of have to kill around in these caves until you get him. But again, a nice grind. Go ahead and just grind a little extra. Gonna complete this real quick. Okay, so we've done our 4 quests. Last but not least, In the chain in the Searing Gorge, you got the Black Dragonflight molt, so we're going to come over here and just do this quest real quick. Taste of Flame. All you do is just turn it right back in. Normally, skip the Blackrock Depths part, normally you'd have to come out here and kill this dragon, but for whatever reason, Blizzard implemented that as a reward, so we don't have to do it. Run back and turn in.
I don't have a target.
Yeah, what do you want?
Accept this next part to go to Winterspring.
Talk to me. Glad I could help.
And we are done here, so we'll go ahead and fly back to Kargath.
What is it?
There's a little chain for Rise of the Machines, so we'll just go back and forth here. The one lady for Dreadmaw Rock does kind of pad around, so we'll take a look for her. I might have to wait for them to come back, and it shouldn't be that way on Classic though. Yeah, for the Rise of the Machines, we'll just check it over here and turn it in. This is to BRD, so we're going to skip that, but take note that it's there if you're going to do a BRD quest run. For the sake of time, I'm just going to kill these guys and respawn them. That did not work. Stupid private servers.
What brings you here?
There it is. Okay. Alright, easy enough. And our hearth is in Orgrimmar, so we are going to go ahead and hearth back. Here we'll turn in Calm Before the Storm and the Bone-Bladed Weapons. Okay, and from here we will go ahead and fly out to Ashar, because we will do the Betrayed questline now. Turn in your last payment and get betrayed.
Blood and thunder.
It may not seem worth it to come out here just for one or two quests, but this questline is really easy and it does yield quite a bit of experience for only having to do a few steps. So we'll go ahead and grab this quest up here from the gnome or goblin, I believe. And we're going to do it in the exact same spot as where we kill the mobs for Betrayed. These mobs are extremely squishy and they drop a lot of rune cloth. So I suggest you grind these all the way to 54. If you are having trouble with the heals from the Reclaimers, you can opt not to grind these, and you can do it on the Naga over here. By that time you'll kind of out-level them and they'll just be super squish. You'll be able to tear right through them. They're good for golden pearls and whatnot, but I do recommend, most classes have an interruptibility, and they don't spam their heal by any means, so just grind all around here on these guys. You'll just fly right through it, and you'll collect the rune cloth you need for the turn-ins. for Kim Jail. There will be a bunch of just boxes around here. Some of it has junk, some of it has the supplies in it. Just keep looting the boxes until you get all the supplies. I'm going to autocomplete that for the sake of time. Yeah, you can kind of just do a nice loop here and get a good grind in. By the time you get back over here, they will all be respawned. For the sake of, that's the loop, so for the sake of time, I am going to just level myself real quick. And then we'll turn in the Betrayed. So you'll come over here, scout the camp, and then you should be able to click on, oh, there we go. Destroy the crystal. And she'll come out shortly. There she is. Get the head. Okay, we'll go turn in Kim Jail.
Yo, be good.
And we'll get the next part. And we're just going to go down to the shore. Remember I was talking about the fingers earlier, so we'll just go down on that third finger. And here, you know, you just need to kill for the rune. However, if you opted not to grind on the Blood Elves, then grind here instead, all the way to 54. Alright, there's our rune, and we will head back up over here. Here I am, not following my own guide. Alright, should be right over here. There it is.
Time is money, friend.
I guess it is worth noting that these satyrs are also a good grind. They're not as squish as some of the other mobs, but if you want Fellcloth and whatnot, you know, you could opt to grind on these as well, because you do need to do, you know, between 4 and 6 bars, depending on where you're at.
What do you need?
And get the next bar to go to Orgrimmar. And from here, you can either fly back or hearth. If you opted to grind on the Blood Elves, you should have about 120 rune cloth by this point, because those do drop, you know, quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and generate some rune cloth and turn it in.
How you doing, man? Spirits be with you.
Rune cloth is kind of where the big XP chunks come in. If you don't have the rune cloth right now, totally okay. You will get it later in the guide as well, and you'll get enough for all 4 turn-ins.
Look right. Go forth.
Okay, so the Betray quest line's worth some like 15,000 experience, plus the 2 side quests are worth about 11k, plus the good grind spots. So it's definitely, you know, worth it to go out there. From here, let's see, did we turn in a Calm Before the Storm? I think we did, but I did forget to get the next part. Maybe I didn't. Usually there's a bank voucher that you get. Oh, yeah, I do have it, so sorry about that. So we'll go ahead and turn that in for some bonus XP and some nice items.
What can I help you with? Farewell.
Yeah, 8,000. So that quest line is very much worth it.
I have just the thing for you.
Okay, from here we're gonna fly over to Splinter Tree and run over to Felwood. The guide may seem a little convoluted here, but as it says in the guide, just follow it step by step. Pick it up, turn it in, doing the quests. There's a lot of running back and forth in Felwood, but there's really no good way to do Felwood in my opinion. So just do it as the guide says. If you you totally don't want to do Felwood, you're 54, so you can just go ahead and grind on Furblogs and Winterspring or Yetis or just kind of whatever you want to grind on. But you know, that can be very boring, so if you want, I do recommend doing Felwood. And here we go, we'll get these first 2 quests, as well as Timbermaw Alley over here. It's a little low level, so you won't be able to see the exclamation point. Then we are going to run up to the town.
What would you ask of death?
Accept every quest here.
Go with honor.
Brawl hard.
Cool, and now we will start the grind. First thing we are going to do is kill a bunch of oozes. Again, you're going to need about 30 for the ooze quest. They're just right in this area here. And down here. I like to just knock this out first. And again, when you're doing this, you'll pick up these Felwood ooze slime samples, and then you'll turn each one in individually. So for the sake of time, I am just going to kill 30 oozes to simulate the XP. Get about 10 more here. Next, we're going to come up to the fire elementals and do verifying the corruption. Oh, you know what? I did miss a step actually. So make sure you don't do this because this is actually a very important step. We need to get cleansing fellwood so we can start getting our salves. Just right over here, so my apologies, but yeah, definitely don't forget that one. If you're reading the guide, you shouldn't forget it because it explicitly says it right there. I'm not really reading it, so I am going quick, and I do miss some steps every once in a while, as you've noticed in these videos. Careful for the sentries. Just making sure it's complete. Next we are going to kind of go around this area and do the cleansing fellwood and the cleansing fellwood and the animal kill quest, strength of corruption, that we got from Feralus earlier. For sake of time, I'm just gonna kill these real quick. But they kind of spawn all in this area, exactly where a questie tells you. And right over here, we'll just kill these elementals for the blood ambers. These two drop living essence, so if you get some, just save them. They'll be worth a little bit at the start of classic. Okay, from here we're going to go ahead and run all the way back down. So like I said, a fair bit of running in this section. You can do it in about 2 hours, even with the running, which is still a pretty good chunk of a level for 2 hours. You're going to be about 3.5 hour levels in the 50s, so it's not any slower than any other zone. It just is a lot of grinding. So here we'll do Forces of Jadenar. I just like to kill the entire camp. These mobs are squishy, spread out enough where you're not going to aggro more than a few. You need them for the kill quest anyways, but just kill a little extra while you're here. They also drop the rune cloth we need, so every piece of rune cloth counts. Next we'll do the Well of Corruption at the Satyr camp. Doesn't hurt to kill an extra ooze or two, just for extra samples. So here's the Satyr camp. We'll go ahead and just clear this entire village as well for some easy XP and rune cloth. They also drop the demonic runes for mana users. Okay, next we will run on back down south. We'll turn in a few quests. Stop and turn Cleansing Felwood in. And make sure you get your beacon. She doesn't just give it to you, you have to ask her for one. You should just see that it gets created for you. And then next we are going to come down here and do the Timber Maw quests. You don't really want to kill more than you need over here. I do like to make sure I do get 6 Corrupted Soul Shards though, so that we can turn it in for some easy XP. Here's the Husband's Last Battle mob. Alright, like I said, don't kill any more than you need. Turn this in and get the next part for the next Timber Maw. Come up here, turn your 2 quests in.
What brings you here? What?
Walk with the
Again, make sure you get at least 6 of these guys. Pretty decent XP for just looting a couple things that you needed to kill anyways. Next we are going to go back to the Jadenar camp, and once again we're just going to clear the entire camp while we're there. So one last trip down. Again, this is, it's a lot of running. It may seem inefficient, but there really is no good way to do Felwood, so we're just gonna suck it up and do it.
The winds guide you.
And then next up is Seeking Spiritual Aid. It's a quest in the Barrens we will do a little bit later. Now we're going to run back to Bloodvenom Post and turn our quests in.
Look round. Fight well, friend.
What will you require?
Wait for the RP here, and then we will get one last quest.
I am forsaken.
This quest is done back by the Satyrs. And once again, we're going to clear the Satyrs one last time. And you're gonna release the kitty into the water. And then wait for her to turn green. Don't just abandon right away. Okay. And then you'll just run back with the cat. I probably might lose her because I'm running at super speed, so I'll just auto-complete it, but she just runs right with you. It's not like an escort by any means. Oh, there she is. And once you're in range, just talk to the cat, and it completes. Okay, now we're gonna head north to the Furball camp. Accept Deadwood of the North. Just come down here and just we basically want to grind these until we are 55. It's not too bad of a grind, and you want the rep anyways because you're gonna do the rep grind in a later section. Alright, 55. One thing that I did not do that I should mention is you're going to want to turn this quest in first and then do the grind because you can get the feathers for extra rep. I probably should have mentioned that right away. Oh, and then get the follow-up to go to the one in Winter Spring. You should be, you should have enough reps now that these guys will not attack you. Next you're going to want to come up to, we're going to go down and then we're going to go up to Moonglade and get the flight path real quick. It's just right at the exit. And then we'll head into Winter Spring. Okay, so go ahead and accept the Winterfall activity, and now we're going to go down to Denova. We have 2 quests to turn in to her.
How are you? Off with you. What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
She turn in the first one first before it's a secret to everybody because she kind of RPs for a while and we don't need the follow-up quest. So we'll go ahead and just leave her for now. We'll come back to her several times, and we're gonna kind of make our way over to Everlook. On your way over there, you want to make sure you get your 15 Ragged Owl beasts. They're kind of just spread all over this area, so just look out for them. You should be able to get 15 by the time you get over to Everlook. For the sake of the video, once again, I'm just going to respawn and kill. Whoops, went past Everlook. And here we're pretty much just gonna pick up every quest in Winterspring.
Welcome, friend. Keep it real. Interesting.
Be good.
And we're also going to set our hearth here. We are going to keep it here for a while.
Won't be shy. Bye-bye now.
What brings you here? Greetings.
These quests are for the Plague Lands.
Have a good one.
Hello. Be careful.
And yeah, that's about all we're going to pick up. So yeah, you're going to want to make sure you've got Chillwind Horns, Are We There Yeti, Ursius, Luck Be With You, Trouble in Winterspring, the Everlook Report, Sir Nicholas, or Duke Nicholas, and Sister Pamela. So yeah, looks like we've got all those. And next we are going to do Ursius. This is another elite. It kind of just spawns right in this area. And you'll also be killing the Raging Owl Beast while we're over here. It's not too bad of an elite, but if your class, can't solo elites or you're finding it too difficult, just either kite it back to town or we can skip it. It's pretty much just a long elite quest chain, so you're not really missing out on too much. You'll just have to grind a little bit more, as per usual. I'll be honest, I don't know the exact patrol, but just keep, killing in this area until you find her. There's the owl beasts that we need, there's yetis for the fur, and then just kind of anything else. Okay, I seem to be having quite a bit of trouble finding Ursius. She should just be right in this area, but apparently I do not know his or her path very well. I'll go ahead and just skip this for now, because I guess most classes, aren't going to be able to do the follow-ups because they are like level 58 and 60 elites. But again, if you are capable of doing these quests, it is worth it. But again, yeah, you'll just have to grind a little bit more. It's no big deal. This is actually really frustrating me. But yes, I'm going to do one quick loop, and then I will quit looking for them. Alright, we'll call that good. Next we're going to go down to the Yeti Cave, and we are going to just grind on a bunch of Yetis. This is a very low drop rate. If you're a Skinner, it does make it easier, but it's it's still a good grind. We do need to get over a level here, and there's not too many quests in Winter Spring. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and do the Chillwind Horns. So the best place to do it is right over here, just south of the Yeti camp. There are tons of these here. I'm not sure if it's going to be this way on Classic, but I would assume it'll be pretty similar. On private servers, this quest is a bitch. It takes forever to kill, so I'm just going to dot kill them and respawn them really quickly, as I've been doing. But if you were doing it normal, you would just kind of take this little path, and once you get to this last one, just kind of work your way over, and most of them should be respawned by that point. If not, kill the owl, kill the bears, whatever you see. But for time purposes, I'm just going to kill these real quick. Okay, and we're done. As you can see, that will be kind of a good grind. Probably kill, maybe 50 of those if it is accurate, or not accurate, but like private servers, but a little unaware. Okay, now we're just gonna go south, and so I do say in my guide, try to sneak 10 shards for luck be with you. It's totally worth it if you can. The giants, even on private servers, don't have like too big of aggro radius, so You can kind of just don't die, but you can kind of just try to sneak your way around here, and just get a few shards. If you can't, that's okay. Don't spend too much time trying to do this, because it would kind of waste a lot of time. But if you can, it's great because you can start getting the ecos for the buffs. You can sell the ecos. You can help the guild out, do whatever. They spawn all along here, as well as over here. So yes, couldn't sneak it, but just give it a shot on Classic. Who knows how it will actually be. I will go ahead and not complete that at this time since it didn't look like we were going to. Just come across the bridge here, come into the gorge and scout it. And now we are going to Hearth back to Everlook. Here we'll turn in all of our quests, get the next Yeti one. Skip return to Tinky for now. I did decide I'm going to go ahead and complete Ursius, just so I can show you the other elite paths.
Greetings.
The next is Broomeran. Skip this for now as well. And that's about it for this. Again, if you were able to do Luck Be With You, go ahead and get your cash so that you can start looting ecos. Next, we're gonna go do the next Are We There Yeti part. For this, you can only kill the matriarchs and patriarchs. There aren't too many. There are a lot more in the cave. So just kind of grind around while these respawn. This is another good grind. It could probably take you 3 to 4 bars to do this. But for the time's sake, once again, I am just going to respawn them. Okay, done with that. We'll go ahead and just turn that in right away. So this is just scaring the 3 goblins. We'll go ahead and scare them. Or scare the first one. The other 2 are in Gadgetsian and Ungoro. So next we are going to run all the way back to Denova. So like I said, we skip the Vidir Elixir, get the Thread of Winterfall, and the quest chain ends there. Next we're going to do these 2 quests. You can finish these quests right in this area. There are some Den Watchers. You'll just have to run back and forth between here and over here. By the time you kill these 2 camps and run back and forth, they should be respawned. Make sure you get the empty flask on these guys. There it is. Go ahead and accept that right away. Okay, so we completed that. We're going to go back to Jenova.
Great to meet ya. Off with ya. Aye.
And this, the flash starts a nice little chain that we're going to do. So the first one is in Felwood. So we'll run back over here. We'll turn this Furbog quest in. And then we will run into Felwood. Okay, so we'll just kind of clear our way through this camp. You do need to grind, so it is worth it. And then we will just end up right over here at the cauldron, set the next part. Try to notice if there's a Winterfall runner over here, because if there is, on Classic, we are going to come back here to kill him if we don't see the runners elsewhere, because they do kind of pat all over Winterspring. It can be a pain in the ass, so we will just know we can come there for it. It only takes about 3 or 4 minutes to run over here, and you'll just have to kill your way through. But again, you are going to need to grind.
How are ya?
Okay, back to Felwood. And here we're going to go kill the water elementals. It's a little bit of a further run, but like I said, this chain I think is worth, and it gives a little variety from grinding. Should get them fairly quickly. If you do want to grind on these or clear the camp once or twice, feel free. They do drop the Essence of Waters, which you will need for certain materials, or for certain crafted items, or yeah, they're good money. Just sell them.
Great to meet ya. What's on your mind?
Okay, the next is the Winterfall runners, like I was talking about. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to generate this quest, but here they pat from here all the way down here, up through here, and over to the village. Once they get to the village, they despawn, and then start back over here. So like I said, if you do notice that there is a Winterfall runner in that little Felwood in that little area, just go ahead and run back over there. If you see the runners, great. If not, just kill that one and come back. Something tells me it is, but it could just be a private server thing, so we won't know until Classic. Okay, once you get it, turn it in, and she'll RP for a minute. Okay, these guys will come out. I don't think they attack. Let's see. Yeah, they just kind of chase you. You can kill them if you want, otherwise just run away from them. And then go ahead and accept the High Chief. We are not going to do this right now, but we will do it a little later, if you can solo it, that is. So at this point, your XP will kind of look like this. You may be anywhere between halfway and to this point. And here comes another grind. It's kind of a bitch. It's going to be, you know, half a level, 75% of a level, you know, wherever you are, because you're going to grind to 56 and 5 bars in. There's a lot of options here. If you're a skinner, you can do the Yetis. If you want to grind out the Furbolg rep, you can do that. You'll get the quest rep items from our Felwood ones and our Winterspring ones, and they also drop the Rune Cloth, which we are going to need a ton of. If you want to opt and not do anything in Winterspring, you can go ahead and head over to the Western Plaguelands, grind out the camps, you know, just whatever you feel is necessary to grind on here. There's no real optimal grind path, but whatever you do, just kind of make it worthwhile your time. For the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and just level myself. And like I said, you're going to want to get about 5 bars in at this point. I'm not going to do that in this guide. I'm just going to grind a little bit extra, dot kill everything I see. And yeah, so we are 56, and the next zones are going to be the Plaguelands. I am going to go ahead and stop the video here since it's probably rather lengthy, and we will tackle 56 to 60 in the next one. Okay, thanks for watching.